Welcome, everybody. John Zager. Good morning. 11:10 Colorado time on the eastern slope. I believe it's Wednesday. I don't know. I don't keep track of these days, but I believe it's Wednesday. 11:10, and partly cloudy. Breezy to windy. I don't know if you call this wind or breeze, but it's a little gusty at times. I don't know what else to say about that. So, I'm just hopping in the truck. Had a pretty busy morning doing different things. And going to go over, check the house, see how they're doing on the progress of the construction. They're working on the inside now, so it's pretty far along. The podcast today, I kind of took a couple days off and kind of got sidetracked. And the podcast this morning sort of goes along a little bit with that derailment of mine. And I don't know, maybe it's that way for you guys, maybe it's not, I'm not sure. But the podcast is about inner strength or strength. And where does that come from? How do we get it? How do we lose it? You know, what does it have to do with healing? Self-healing? So I'm going to talk about that for a little bit. Probably not a long time, just a little bit. I've been listening to, I see Dr. Joe put on I think he put on 3 new YouTube videos, testimonials. And it kind of fits in with the inner strength sort of thing. I want to talk and make a connection there. But one of the ladies, it was pretty good. I think she was from Germany. I'm not sure which workshop these gals went to or which workshop these testimonials are from. Didn't say. But this lady, the first lady, was from Germany. She had kind of a heavy accent, but she had breast cancer. And she had breast cancer twice that I heard in her testimonial, but it might have been 3 times. I'm not real clear. And they were pretty severe cancer episodes. And as near as I recall, again, it's, you know, there was some surgery required. There was some radiation. There was some heavy-duty medication. It was not real favorable. Actually, the doctors gave her a prognosis of not real favorable. I guess I'll just leave it at that. And she did everything she was supposed to do, and she was scared to death. I mean, she didn't sleep, it sounded like, for months. I mean, obviously she slept, but she believes she did not sleep for months. She was so frightened. And the effects of the treatment for breast cancer in her situation over there in Germany were pretty dire. There were a lot of side effects that she had, a lot of fatigue, a long time in recovering. And then after they went through, this is, she had not met the whole concept of Dr. Joe and what he does. After they did all this, which, I don't know, sounded like it could be a year, then they said, we're not real sure anything's any better. Talk about being upset. And sure enough, several months, I think it wasn't even several, it was just a few. I thought she said 3 or 4 months later, it came right back. It was real aggressive. And it was even worse than the first time. And she went back through the whole process again. So again, we're talking digging down deep, and inner strength and resolve, and where does all that come from, right? And she was on a shoestring. She didn't have much left. And they even gave her a prognosis of she's not going to make it. Whew. Where do you go to get your inner strength when they say, you're probably not going to make it? Where do you pull from? How do you inspire yourself? How do you empower yourself at that point in time? Well, she had pretty much run out. I mean, obviously you have all the family, friends, and this, that, and the other thing, and, they're all going to say what they're supposed to say. But ultimately, when you're given the death wish, there isn't anybody out there who's going to be able to make that change for you. It's got to come from within. Your best long-term friend is probably not going to have enough impact on that situation. So she's going through the second go-around, as I recall, and she comes across, by happen chance, Dr. Joe. And she starts reading his books. You Are the Placebo, and, all of his first ones. And she doesn't go to any workshops. She's just reading his books and getting inspired that maybe there's another option out there other than death and poor medical treatment in the Western world and Newtonian model. And she reads his first 3 books, which everybody kind of starts somewhere. And then she starts practicing the meditation and doing the work, right? And just marvelous. I mean, she taught herself this stuff, right? She taught herself this stuff. And she got a little bit better. And I'm just parking here for a little bit. And then she went to, I forget one of the workshops, the most recent one. I guess that one was in Germany. Can't remember. And everything started to make sense. And the inner strength just bellowed out, just erupted. Because she's now around people who have had terminal illness, 4th-stage cancers, and they're well and fine, and they're cured. There's no history that their body even had a cancer. So you pull from them to get your inner strength. It goes on. She goes on to talk. She talked for, 7-8 minutes or something like that in her testimonial. And as she's talking, her markers were getting to the point, lowering, decreasing, becoming less and less and less, to where our understanding is that today she has no cancer. And there is no evidence of breast cancer in her body. And she did it through Dr. Joe's program. Following the program, doing the work. Remarkable success story. And this lady was scared. I mean, she was scared. She thought it was all over. And she saw no hope. And the doctors offered nothing other than the stupid-ass medical treatment they try to give people today, which doesn't work. I mean, I'll say that a different way. Rarely does it work. The second testimonial this morning, I noticed, is also about inner strength. Another lady from the same workshop, actually, had ovarian cancer, late stage. Doctors said, we'll do the radiation and the chemo and surgery, but the prognosis is probably not very positive. The outcome is not favorable of you living on. And she was equally as scared. By the medicine, meaning the doctors and Newtonian model of Western medicine, does nothing to enhance a person's belief system that it can be better. Doctors just flat out don't understand, nor do they want to understand, what they say and do and how they act can determine, 50, 55, 60% of the outcome. And nurses are supposed to be knowledgeable about stuff doctors are not. I actually look more highly on a nurse than I do on a doctor. And they're not even figuring it out. Whew. Boy, is it just disgusting. So anyway, she goes on with her medical treatment, accepting the fact that things probably aren't going to get any better. Now that's her belief system from the medical profession. What do you think's going to happen? Things are not going to get any better. So her sister works in the field of meditation, I believe, and started telling her about Dr. Joe and his program. And she kind of poo-pooed it, and then eventually stumbled on and got the first book and the second book and the third book, just like the other lady, and got hooked by what was in the books, and started to believe that it doesn't have to turn out like the doctors are indicating, right? Drinking iced tea today, you guys. It's nice and cold. Boy, is it good. And strong, too. Decaf strong. So anyway, she goes through everything and her surgery and, major stuff going on. Not good. And she's coming out of the hospital, right? I don't know. Some kind of surgery, took 10 hours, 3 weeks in the hospital, chemotherapy, radiation, blah, 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 blah. Dr. Joe was coming to do a workshop in Germany 2 weeks later. And her and her sister signed up. They go. This lady with the cancer, and I believe this was the 10-day that he's doing now. And I think it was in Berlin. I'm not sure. The one most recent over in Germany. I think that was Berlin. At any rate, she goes with her sister, and remarkably, she recovers. All of the medical treatment for her cancer from the doctors was basically unproductive and destructive, and still assured her that nothing was going to change after they did horrible things. She goes to the workshop after, she's read the books, practiced some of the meditation, and believes that she doesn't have to have a cancer, and changes her belief system. Incredible. Had no inner strength left. Right? Had no inner strength left after the hospital and them doing whatever they could do at the end with absolutely no encouragement that there's anything left that can prevent her from dying. I won't even get into that conversation. Goes to Dr. Joe's, has the baseline understanding of the program, and does a 10-day, week-long workshop with him. Goes back, and her markers are cancer-free. Never had cancer. Changing her belief system, changing her thoughts. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Inner strength. When you think there's nothing left, there is. So I was going to talk about some other aspects of inner strength, but I'm not today. I think those two stories pretty much talk about inner strength. And we're going to leave it at that for today. So I hope you all have a good day. It's beautiful here. I'm expecting to have a nice afternoon and evening. God bless everybody. Take care of one another, and I look forward to talking to you all again real soon. See you. Bye.